Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin tonight with a Detroit high school teacher accused of bringing a gun to school. Wayne County prosecutors say that gun was unlicensed and unregistered. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. 57-year-old William Howard faces charges of carrying a concealed weapon and possession of a weapon in a gun-free zone. It comes as it's said that Howard brought the gun in a backpack to Cody High School on the city's west side. At least that's the story from police so far. Priya Mann live tonight. Police were called in right away. Priya.
That's right, Devin and Kimberly. He was arrested immediately. Prosecutors say that gun fell out of Howard's knapsack right onto the hallway floor during the middle of the school day. He has been arrested. Many of the parents that we spoke to just a short time ago were first learning about this arrest from us.
These are children. You don't want the kids to bring them to school. Why should you bring it?
William Kenneth Howard, a teacher at Cody High School on Detroit's west side, is accused of bringing a gun to school in a knapsack. Around 1:30 Wednesday afternoon, prosecutors say the unlicensed gun fell out of Howard's backpack onto the hallway floor. Detroit police were called and the teacher was quickly arrested.
It is scary. However, you know, when you look at the whole person and the teacher and what they provided, I really think it was just a grave mistake.
Prosecutor Kim Worthy charged the 57-year-old Southfield man with one count of possession of a weapon in a weapons-free school zone.
I just think it was an isolated incident. I don't think it had anything to do with the students here. I don't think it had anything to do with him being a teacher here.
You're supposed to set an example for these children, and that's not setting a good example.
The Detroit Public Schools Community District released a statement saying, "We understand and support Prosecutor Worthy's decision to charge Mr. Howard. We believe that only trained police officers should carry weapons in our schools. After we learned of the incident, we immediately placed Mr. Howard on administrative leave pending our investigation. A recommendation for termination is likely."
He should be fired. Not leave, fired.
And Prosecutor Worthy says she reveres public educators, but said there's no excuse for this type of behavior, bringing a weapon onto school property. In a statement that reads in part, she says the alleged facts in this case are that not only was this gun unlicensed, but that it was dangerously unsecured. Again, prosecutors saying that weapon fell out of the teacher's knapsack onto the hallway floor during the middle of the school day. Of course, we'll continue to follow this investigation. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya. Let's get now to breaking news. Coming to us from Eastern Market, where firefighters are responding to a 2-alarm fire. If you know the market, you know that corner very well. This is the scene on Russell Street in Detroit.
Yeah, crews working to put out the fire in the residential portion of the building. It's above Supino's Pizza. So right now, no word on a cause or if there are any injuries. We'll, of course, bring you more information on air and online at clickondetroit.com as we get it. And more news tonight. A school bus with dozens of students on board is involved in a hit-and-run crash on the freeway. Police tell us the school bus from the New Paradigm Loving Academy was sideswiped this afternoon by a box truck. It happened in Detroit on the I-75 exit ramp to McNichols. We're told the truck driver took off, but state police say the damage is so minor the driver may not have known they hit the bus. There were 29 students and 3 adults on board. Nobody was hurt.
Now to the weather. A live look outside from our Mount Clemens sky cam. Kind of a weird hit and miss day. We had rain in some spots. We had sleet at my house for a while today, and then sun in others. And now we've got another pretty cold night on the way.
Yeah, that sleet was surprising.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit at my house, too. Let's get over to Kim Adams. Kim, we got a freeze warning for the second straight day, too.
We do. Welcome to fall. Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? That's what it feels like outside. And yes, we had a little bit of everything today, including some snowflakes on the west side. 42 in Pontiac right now, mid-40s in Mount Clemens. Our normal high is 62. That's where we should be this time of day and this time of year, but we're nowhere near it. In fact, here we are talking about wind chills. It only feels like it's in the 30s in Pontiac and also in Ann Arbor. This is why when we had that stretch of really warm weather, when temps were in the 70s and even the 80s, we said don't plan anything yet. This is why a freeze warning in effect now that it's the growing season. The National Weather Service is issuing freeze warnings again, as it looks like it will be a frosty night with temperatures in some spots dropping down into the 20s. I'll tell you if we warm up again in the forecast.
Kim. Well, General Motors is saying owners should not park them indoors. So tonight, the company is recalling 40,000 heavy-duty Silverado trucks because of a fire risk. Our business editor, Rod Maloney, is with us now. These are not your average pickups, Rod, but pretty significant what's happened here.
No, they aren't, Devin. And GM is saying that this is a voluntary recall. But remember that NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, doesn't get involved in recalls unless it is a life-threatening situation. And so, yes, if your vehicle is going to burn or perhaps even burn the house down, well, that's when they need to get involved. The trucks we're speaking of here are big, really big. They make them in Flint, and they're usually what they call in the business fleet vehicles, mostly companies using them for construction or towing and the like. The part causing the problem comes from a GM supplier called Navistar. And here's what GM is saying about its recall. The total number is just over 40,000 2019 to 23 model year medium-duty trucks, Chevrolet 4500 HD, 55 and 6500 HD vehicles. The issue here is, quote, the brake pressure sensor assembly may leak brake fluid into the brake pressure switch and cause an electrical short circuit, end quote. Fire is possible after that. In order to fix the problem, dealers will replace the master cylinder pressure sensor, inspect the wire harness, replacing it if necessary, and of course do so free of charge. The company is saying that they want owners to park their vehicles outside until you get the recall fix. GM will send letters to owners to alert them specifically about the recall at the end of May, but the company doesn't have the parts on hand to take care of that, so a second letter is expected to let owners know when they should actually bring their vehicle in for that recall fix. Now, let's be clear here. When they say park it outside, they want you to park it away from other things as well, should a fire happen. In the meantime, General Motors is saying that they've had no reports of accidents or injuries in this. That, of course, being the good news here. Reporting live in Beverly Hills, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
That's right. All right, Rod. Tonight, the Livingston County Board of Commissioners is expected to approve a series of resolutions making the county a so-called constitutional county and a Second Amendment sanctuary.
Yeah, and this all comes in the wake of the state legislature passing a series of gun safety measures. So let's get out to Will Jones. He's live tonight. So, Will, does this mean the county is refusing to follow the law on this?
Kimberly and Devin, this resolution has no teeth to it. Essentially, it's just a policy statement about gun rights and the Second Amendment, and it's likely to pass with the support of all 9 commissioners.
Tonight, the Livingston County Board of Commissioners and the public will sound off on a non-binding resolution in support of the Second Amendment. This is following a series of gun safety bills recently signed by Governor Whitmer.
We feel the Second Amendment to the Constitution is extremely important.
In the resolution, the board declaring it will not authorize or appropriate new funds or resources to enforce any statutes or laws that restrict the rights of law-abiding citizens affirmed by the Second Amendment. It also encourages the county sheriff and prosecutor to use discretion enforcing those laws. A similar non-binding resolution was approved in 2020, but the makeup of the board is different now.
I think it's pretty obvious that the Second Amendment is under attack. You can see that all over the country.
Moms Demand Action Michigan chapter referring us back to a previous statement by the organization in response to Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions adopted by local governments, saying despite holding no legal merit, these resolutions set a dangerous precedent and undermine the rule of law by encouraging law enforcement officials to refuse to enforce gun safety measures that they incorrectly and unilaterally consider unconstitutional. They also threaten the safety of communities nationwide by fostering distrust in law enforcement and may deter people from reporting individuals that may hurt themselves or others.
The meeting gets underway at 5:30 tonight, and they're planning for a bigger than usual crowd. It could be a long night with public comment. We're live tonight. Will Jones, Local 4.
Well, I know you were out talking to folks today. What has the reaction been like from the public?
Kimberly, generally the people we encounter are in support of the resolution, and some of those people could be at the meeting tonight to take part in the public comment section. Kimberly?
We will be following it. Will Jones, we appreciate it.
2 major shakeups today in the world of cable news. First, Fox News parting ways with the controversial but very watched host Tucker Carlson. The network says the last episode of Tucker Carlson Tonight was actually this past Friday. Fox not giving a reason for the split, but it does come days after the network agreed to pay nearly $800 million to Dominion Voting Systems to avoid a high-stakes defamation trial.
And over at CNN, anchor Don Lemon says he was fired today after 17 years with the network. The news comes after a published story alleging he mistreated female colleagues. And earlier this year, he faced backlash for comments made about Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley. CNN is not providing a public explanation for Lemon's departure.
After months of speculation and a lot of back and forth, he is now gone. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers out of the NFC North and now a member of the New York Jets. The trade became official this afternoon ahead of Thursday's NFL draft. Of course, it involves multiple draft picks being exchanged by both teams. Bernie will have more on the move ahead in sports, but it means his last game in the conference ended with a loss to the Lions, and his last pass was an interception to Kirby Joseph.